Hello, hello, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. It is Title Tuesday on chess.com. Hello, Anton. Hello, A. Sigeti. Truest Test. Chessy Bus. Oct B, Axiom Fox. Slim Pickens. Uday. Skull TV. Hello to you guys. Yeah, Anton, I was giving you the PogChamp because you correctly predicted the shirt. You said it was going to be gray. This is a gray shirt. I don't think it's blue. Kind of looks bluish, but definitely more of a gray. So correct to you. Chess Bay, how's it going? Wubba Lubba, no, this is not a fashion video. You guys got to be patient on those. Jokets just subscribed. Thank you, Jokets. Title Tuesday is starting in a few minutes. I'm trying to confirm that I'm in the tournament. I think I am. I believe when I logged into chess.com, the first thing I did was join the tournament. It says I'm joined. So, yeah, we should be good to go. This is a pretty strong Title Tuesday. Hikaru's playing. Host of other GMs. How many title players do we have in here right now? I thought I saw, it says 249 players, so only listed in the top. Okay, I'm just have to scroll down. 249 is a lot. And probably more joining at the buzzer. Okay, you saw me in the list. That's good. Because my biggest fear is that I didn't join in time and I don't get to play. Hey, Tasteless Calculator. Crispo08 just subscribed. Thank you, Crispo. When will we get sub emotes? Yanav K's, I haven't had a chance to work on it at all because I just got back from my tournaments. But yeah, going to be working on those the next month or two. Yeah, so this is the Title Tuesday Pray for No Crash stream. They even labeled it as such on chess.com because, as you know, they've been having problems with Title Tuesday the past 2-3 months. So everyone is hoping that this goes off without a hitch and that we get a tournament and that there are no failures on the chess.com server end. Oh, that's a checkmate right there. Queen takes g2. Oh, what's that noise? Does that mean tournament is going to start? 1 minute, I think. Get hyped. Get hyped, everyone. By the way, I should say, because this will be going on YouTube later, that many of you were suckered in by my promise of fashion, grooming, dating videos, including my own mother, of all people. I even told my mom, I said, Mom, you should watch my most recent vlog. There's an exciting and funny announcement. And my dad told me that she went to the other room to watch my video. I was talking to her on the phone. And she like audibly gasped when she heard that I was changing my content on my channel. And she believed me. Like, I fooled my own mother, even though I warned her. I also got several emails from people, longtime subscribers, who thought I was out of my mind, that I had completely gone off the rails. So yes, that was an April Fool's joke. I'm not changing my content, but maybe, you know, if there's enough interest, maybe. I wouldn't mind talking about that stuff every once in a while. Okay, so we are playing the first game. I'm playing NM JBD 735. Let's play a modern. Boring system. Okay. I'll put the pawn on d6, look for knight d7 sort of setups. Anton says, what was the thing next to your head? Oh, you mean in that last vlog? I don't know. I was just on the street. I was outside of business. I have no idea what that was. I just sat down on the bench and recorded the vlog. All right. Let's go knight c6. I want to play for e5. Thanks, True Test. Also, thanks to that donation I just missed. I got to get into my dashboard. Streamlabs. Rajan Thun cheered 10 bits. Says, hey, JB, I wish you a lot of luck. Crush them all. Thank you. Appreciate that. Who's that guy standing in my doorway? You guys scare me. Okay, let's go here. Could also go to b8, but I think e7 is more appropriate. And I'm going to try to play this like a King's Indian. Control the c5 square. Look for f5. Do I want to play f5 right now? Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I could try to preempt b4, but if he goes b4, I think a5 is good timing, as happens in a King's Indian as well. So in fact, this just looks like an improved version of a King's Indian. to black for black to me because he's played h3. That's a suboptimal move if I get an initiative with the kingside pawns. His bishop's on d3. Usually it's on e2. So I'm liking this. And most importantly, the server is holding up. Yeah, as Morkium said, the server didn't crash today, luckily enough. I mean, it's still early. Something could go wrong, but that's a good sign. All right, bishop d2. So I can play knight c5. I can play knight f6. I can play f4. Lots and lots of options here. Kind of liking the look of f4, just pushing. Yeah, let's try to mob him with the kingside pawns. I don't think this is a great setup for him. Okay, let's go g5. Admittedly, I'm not so experienced in these positions for black, but everything points to this being an optimal scenario to try this. So this is the plan. I think first place is $500 in this tournament. And the next Title Tuesday that they're going to run, which I assume is going to be next month, unless they do it sooner, is going to have an even bigger prize fund. So that'll be interesting. Bishop e2. Okay, so he's going after the h5 pawn. So if queen e8, I think he wants to go knight e8, knight b5, and attack the c7 pawn. That's a little annoying, I got to admit. But then e4 does hang, or is undefended. I don't know. I'm going to play queen e8 for now. And if he goes knight b5, I might play queen d7, I'm thinking. Weird move, but okay, guard c7 and prepare g4. Also, again, this e4 pawn is hanging, so I might be playing knight takes e4 next. This looks a little sus, though, for both of us. Thanks to the 111 of you who are viewing right now, tuning in. Title Tuesday on chess.com. I've been so busy with tournaments the past month. I'm just happy to be streaming and not playing a super serious event, a fun event. Still trying to do well, but... Okay, he plays f3, really. f3. I would not have played that move myself. Okay, I'm thinking of a6. I'm thinking of c6. It's the most obvious moves. Just kick the knight away. They're probably both decent. Let's go with c6. If he takes, I'm going to take this way. And I still want to get g4 in. For me, I love the fact that his knight is very far away from the center. That should bode well. Goes back, okay. Okay, so let's just get this guy involved. Might even stick that knight on h4. Beerfish cheered 500. I'll read that message in a second. Really want to go g4. Really want to do that. Okay, let's play king here first. Just to avoid any unpleasantness here. G4. We go queen e7. All right, now it's time to strike. Make him take this pawn, hopefully. Gotta believe f3 is going to be a big problem for him coming up. Take f3. Open this king. Look at all his pieces. They're far away from his king. That should hurt him in the defense. Okay, take that. If he takes, I have knight f4. Important. He's going to try to open this up, like take and then d5. Should be fine, though. Try to play off my time edge here. Knight e2 coming in, I mean, this pawn is annoying for him. Okay, knight f4. Yeah, send the knight in. Time trouble approaching. Let's try to get off to a good start here, guys. Liking my queen activity. Go after that. Yeah, he has to be very careful here. Okay, let's take a file. I'd like to land knight e2, but his knight's there. Gonna take. Trying to activate. Okay, this should be very good, if not simply winning. Wants that pawn. Let's go harass his knight. I'm also threatening that. Lots of threats. Oh, okay, we'll go there. So now he can barely move. And I'm threatening queen h1 checkmate. All right, win that one. Stayed out of major time pressure. Still had 18.5 seconds at the end. And he was under the gun. He had less than 5 for those last many moves. That was a fun one. How do you guys like seeing me play a King's Indian sort of position? I've been experimenting with g6 on move 1 a lot recently. I played it twice in my last tournament. So the modern, and this definitely morphed into a King's Indian defense-like position. But as I said, out of the opening, probably not a great one for white. I mean, I suspect if I had even more experience in the King's Indian, I could have found a better way to play this because I probably left some chances on the table. You're right here, for instance, there's a lot of options. I mean, maybe even just knight back to f6 is the best move. I don't necessarily have to play f4. You could also play knight c5 with tempo on the bishop. So this is very, very good for black. And the trend of the game was me pushing on the king side, him pushing on the queen side. I think f3 was a bad move. I don't believe he should play that. Maybe he should have just played knight back to c3, but I was thinking then g4 when I have enough defenders here. Could also think about c5. c5 would probably be the brute force way to play it. Let me take here, but then he can open the c file. He can land something on c7. Also, this pawn is hanging. So it gets very messy. Domo, you love the kid? As in the King's Indian defense? Always got to clarify that. I think I've told this story in some of my videos before, but I was once at a coffee shop. This was like 10 years ago when I was in college. And I was reading this book on the King's Indian defense that I had just ordered from Quality Chess. And the title of the book was called Kill the Kid. Kill the KID. And I got some weird looks at this coffee shop, especially from this person, this young woman sitting right next to me, reading this book called Kill the Kid. All right, let's see what's happening with the standings. I mean, still early, but I was just curious who was in this tournament. Any other big names? So I said Hikaru's in here. This is Nepomniachtchi, Jan Nepomniachtchi. Daniel Naroditsky, he's a Title Tuesday regular. Don't recognize some of these usernames, but I'm sure they're quite strong. Big Fish 1995. I don't remember who that is. Someone good. Hopefully we can play some of these big guns. Igor Kovalenko, this guy's super strong, especially blitz and rapid. Yeah, Tigran Petrosian. We got Gawain Jones in the mix, Verdanote. Why would they title it that? I don't know. You know chess players, chess publishers. And KID is a common acronym for the kid. Okay, so it doesn't show any games here, which is a bit of a bug unless I have to refresh something. So that's a bummer, because I wanted to try to click on any remaining games. Hi, John. I'm searching for a system as black when I need to play for a win. Can you give me some advice? Do you think 1G6 is good and sharp enough? There's a lot of systems, Revolver Ocelot, that you could choose. It just depends on your tolerance for risk. Since you mentioned playing for a win with black, you're going to have to take some risks if you want to do that, because most of the best openings for black, for instance, e4, e5 against e4, the Nimzo complex, they're more on the solid side. Whereas, you could go a bit further to the riskier side and play stuff like the King's Indian, the Sicilian Dragon, openings like that. So there's lots of options. If you're asking this question, I'm guessing that you're probably not a master or, international master or grandmaster even. So I would say you should decide on what opening you should play based on how you feel about the positions, not necessarily what the percentages say. Unless you're playing correspondence chess or something, whereupon the openings and the quality of them really does matter. But all major openings in amateur level are going to be fine. It just depends on how you like the resulting positions. Hey, Chestosterone, thank you. Yeah, got back home yesterday. And I'll be streaming a lot more this next month, or this month. So 1 round is in the books. Won that first game. Again, I'd really like to look at some games, but not seeing any. If anyone knows of a way to solve this, let me know. Maybe I can just look in the pane here. Just looking down below. You guys can't see this, but what happens in Title Tuesday is there's always 1 or 2 games that reach some long, drawn-out theoretical endgame, like King, Knight, and Bishop versus King, or King and Queen versus King and Rook. And you're right up against the 50 move limit, and everyone's watching these endgames, and it's a lot of pressure for the person playing them, or both people playing them, but especially the player playing for a win, because if you have, say, we've seen it many times in Title Tuesday, King, Knight, and Bishop versus King, and you've got all these IMs, GMs watching you, like, it's pretty embarrassing if you don't win, if you're a title player. Okay, playing Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky, buddy of mine, great player. Very tough blitz and bullet player, but not someone I'm not capable of beating on a good day. So I'm going to play a Torre. Okay, let's go Bishop C4. See how he reacts to this system. Usually Bishop E2 is going to be the move there, but mix it up. Okay, let's play H3 just to give this bishop a retreat square at all times. Thanks, Chestosterone. Castle. Yeah, you can see he's got a pretty darn high rating. Okay, now A4. Let's try to stake out some territory on the queen side. One of the benefits of playing a lot of over-the-board chess is you feel pretty good when you play online chess, too. There's a lot of crossover value there. Ah, good to hear, Hybrid Dreamer. Very good to hear. So I'm thinking about playing for E4 now that I've stabilized the D4 square. Depends what he does. I mean, if he does something normal like this, I might do that. Okay. I think I should bring the knight to E1. Yeah, let's go knight E1, and I'm expecting him to chase me. He doesn't. Okay. F3 maybe? F3 is typical. Let's do it. Now on C5, I'm thinking bishop here. And I want to take this guy with the queen, as I once saw in a Magnus game. Him playing the white side of this system. Okay, let's do this. Ah, thanks, Micro. Appreciate that. I was just saying about 10 minutes ago how even my own mom was fooled by the April Fool's trick, so. Okay, so he's trying to attack this, but this might be a good time for e4. Maybe not, g5. Doesn't look quite right. Would really like to get in the e4 break at some point here, but be not possible yet. Okay. This isn't the ideal square for the knight. I'd rather put it on d3, but it should do. I wonder if he'll stick this knight in on e4 just to try to block my play, but there's tactical problems. Like if he does that right now, I take, and f7 is going to be an issue for him. So I'm hoping I can do this and then this. If this goes according to plan, that will be what I'm doing. I mean, also he can think about g4, or maybe move this knight and then play g4. Thanks, San Diego. Oh, I gotta read the message from Beerfish as well. Need to do that. All right, let's do this. Ah, does he want bishop in here? I think that's the point. He's sending that bishop to d3. I think that is the point. Can I go ahead and play e4 here anyways? Nah, doesn't work. Does it? It's pretty radical. e4, he takes f1, e5 is what I'm thinking. Nah, that can't be good. All right, I'm gonna do this instead. Not super happy about that because I'm blocking myself. I think the position's still reasonable, though. It's a little awkward for both of us. Just like a first date. Okay, let's take that guy. I want this. Oh, I should have played that last move. Why didn't I do that last move? Stuff the bishop. Now I'm threatening knight c7, so I think he's going to take it. All right, I'm going to keep this open. Definitely a little worried about the a-pawn, though, in the future. e4. Let's go e4. Wow. Ah, because he's... I don't know. Take on d2, maybe? Yep. Going to Sacktown. But up the exchange now. d5 is still kind of weak. Let's keep this closed. Ah, I have check and take on d5. Check and take on d5 was there. Can maybe still do it. I think I can. Take with the bishop or the queen? Queen takes there, I take there. I think I can take with the queen. There's some stuff with F1, him coming to F1, but I don't think it works. Don't think it quite works for him. He's not going to take there, though. Probably take on G3, because that's about his only chance. No fear. I think he's going to run out of stuff to do here. I think I can just take that now. And he's all pinned. Yeah, that's over. Rook takes G7's a threat. Many, many threats. Yeah. I was looking for the checkmate, but he resigned before I could. All right, we take down Naroditsky. I saw some notifications here. Going to get to that in a second. But let's take a brief look at that game. The only thing I was thinking after rook takes G7, he could try this check here. But I think after rook F2, I just win. Queen E3, rook F2. Yeah, the check should run out. Queen E1. I mean, I can even play this if I need to. G3, just take check. It's too much material. So I think I messed up a couple times here when I didn't play, for instance, knight b5 right away. I think all this reorganization is fine, but I should play knight b5 immediately here. Rook f2 was just a wasted move. It didn't occur to me that I could play knight b5 right away, but then I'm threatening knight c7. There's these three pieces liable to be forked, so take, take, and sound like Hikaru with take, take. But now it looks like e4 is coming, and yeah, he's just down in tempo compared to the game. Okay, so nice second game to get. Yeah, Naroditsky's really good. So, as I said, I mean, he's clearly better than me. Dude's well into his 2600s, like great player. But he's not someone I'm not capable of beating on a good day. So, that OTB energy, that's right, Anton. Okay, let me catch up on these wonderful donations. So Beerfish, about 20 minutes ago, says, "Hey, John, thanks for years of entertainment, missing the great content that came with the strong competition in the ICC pool. Are those videos over with?" Well, Beerfish, thank you for your donation. They're not over with, but I do have this agreement with chess.com now, this partnership. So all of my streaming will be on chess.com. I can still record some videos on other sites. So for instance, I played the Lichess Titled Arena about a month ago, a little over a month ago, I think. So no, those videos are not necessarily over, but you'll see a lot of more chess.com content now. And then San Diego, USA donated $25, says, "Thanks very much for streaming. Thanks to your mods and viewers too. It's my idea of what a very instructive chess stream should be like. All the best." Oh, thank you, San Diego. Yeah, I really appreciate that. You've been very active in my last few streams, and I'm glad that you enjoy this stream and that it's instructive. Matt A donated $5. I know where this is going. "Hey, John, I'm a pharmacist, and as you could probably guess, counting pills and keeping track of doses can be very tedious. I love watching your videos at work to distract myself from the monotony. Keep up the good work." Yeah, so let's get this straight, Matt A. So you were an airline pilot. Forgot what you said you were last time. Long-haul truck driver? Truck driver. Watching my videos was very helpful and entertaining for you on the road. And now you're a pharmacist. Man of many talents. Jimmy Buckets donated $1. Says, "Go shovel your sidewalk, John." Yeah, it is. There's a storm going on right now. It's been snowing a lot past couple days. In April, I know. Thanks, Dan. And also, Maybach ZJ subscribed, and Jilly Wibble subscribed. Both with Twitch Prime. Thank you, guys. Yeah, those donations are awesome. Yeah, Anton, I was actually going to make a video for you saying that because of the snow, there's no excuse for you not to be in this stream. But then I figured you would be in the stream anyways. So it wasn't necessary to tweet you a video. Uday, cheer 200. Bay is a goddess. Thanks for the sub. I agree. Chess Bay is a goddess. She is an asset to the chess community. The lovely Chess Bay. Thank you, Udai. Okay, let's see if these games are... This is kind of lame just sitting here not being able to watch games, but I know they're in progress. I just can't find them. Let me try something here. If I click on this, is it going to work? Okay, I think this is a Title Tuesday game. Dragon B70 versus Genghis K. Genghis Khan. Hey John, do you think that there will ever be an official-ish online chess league since a massive percentage of new players play exclusively online? Asks Satric. Well, there is the Pro Chess League. That's an elite league. And I know, for instance, on Lee Chess, there's the 45 plus 45 league, the Lone Wolf League. Those are great. But yeah, the Pro Chess League is already sort of doing what you're describing at the top level. And I think everyone hopes that that grows. The Pro Chess League Finals, by the way, is this weekend. There's the semifinals and the finals. March Madness style. And that's in San Diego, or San Francisco. Okay, I got the white pieces again. I'm playing Misha Nick, Grandmaster Misha Nick from Russia. Looks like a pretty young dude in that picture right there. Sporting his 2857 rating. That's intimidating, but hey, we're coming off a good result that last game, so let's try to keep it up. Okay, I'm going to play this simple. This is another Queen's Gambit accepted. I've had so many of these lately. I faced this opening twice in my most recent tournament. Did not really get an advantage either time. It's a good opening. It's a tough one to crack. I'd like to get an e4, but he's always starting to take my knight on c3, so that's going to be somewhat difficult. Let's go here. Okay, can I sneak in d5? d5 seems like a frame move I'd like to play here. d5, trade, 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 queen e7 at the end. It's nothing much. Let's go queen over here first. I'm thinking about this. b3, bishop b2, but I need to defend my knight first. So queen e2 might have been a little waste of time there. He can take on f3, but I don't know if he wants to give up his light square bishop to do that. Oh yeah, let me close this game. That was not a Title Tuesday game, that GM versus IM game I was watching. Yeah, someone in that game offered a draw, not this game. Yeah, the PCL Finals is in person, but they're playing online. They're playing on the chess.com server. But the 4 final teams are all there, esports style, facing off against one another. So they're all in this auditorium together. And in the finals, we have who? We have the Armenian Eagles, the Mumbai Movers, the Ljubljana Turtles, and the St. Louis Archbishops that beat us to go to the playoffs. Okay, c5. All right, let's continue as normal. I need to get this stabilized. Not a huge fan of my position right now. I don't think it's terrible, but he seems like he should be fine here. Okay, so is he going for some sort of knight e5 business at the end? Kind of seems that way. All right, I'm still going to do this. Queen e2. Yeah, let's send the queen back to e2. I don't think it's doing much on this diagonal anymore. The knight's protected. His activity is alarming, though. I need to kick this knight away. Make sure he doesn't land knight f3 at any point. Okay, here, what about knight e4? Knight e4 looks like a good idea. It's also rook f4, but I think knight e4 is better. Bombs away. Open this bishop on the diagonal, too. Thanks, Dano. He said, focus on the game, don't read the chat. It's a little of both for me, but mostly focusing on the game. Rook takes d7 is not working. Could just double. I think doubling is fine here. Put pressure on this guy. I mean, attempting to play f4 too, but let's prepare that for one more move. Because if f4, he can just drop back to g6. So now, though, f4 has more force. I mean, my knight on e4 is also a little loose if I play f4, but I think with the pressure down on d7, he's going to be more inclined to make a big mistake here. You could play knight c5. Let's go bishop c5. Take. Let's take. I don't think this works. Because if knight takes king over, and his queen is hanging, I can take with the knight, but I get a lot of play for that. Yeah, he doesn't even bother to take back. Sense the danger. E4 or rook f4. Let's go rook f4. Change my mind. E4. Can eliminate this bishop. Goes back. Okay, let's come in. It's going to be a sharp position. 2 bishops versus 2 knights. Usually you like the bishops in this situation, but the knights are tricky in blitz. Thinking of pulling the bishop all the way back. Let's do it. Make him keep this time edge too. A5. A5 looking strong. Undermine. Now I think he's got to go for an attack of some sort. Queen h4, just roll the dice. But that's not so good for him, guys. d7. No, keep this simple. b4. I'm trusting in my king being able to largely defend itself. Well, with the help of the bishop on f1, I guess. Prophylactic move. Oh, I had mate. I had mate on the previous move, didn't see it, but no, neither did he. So in blitz, you're often like looking at what your opponent's trying to do, and I'm like, okay, he's got his knight and his queen here. He's probably trying to do something on f3 at some point. Let's just like make sure that that's always securely defended, overprotect. But, queen takes g7. Fortunately, though, the position was pretty darn good. I mean, I'm not up any material here, but it feels like my coordination is much better. All right, so we got the checkmate on the next move. That's good. De Reuter says, I was screaming mate. ATC Faust said, my heart stopped there for a second. Longreave was also screaming mate. Yeah. That would have been embarrassing if I missed it twice in a row. I'm glad I saw it on the second go-around, right before he played knight c6. That's right, Hybrid Dreamer. You can't leave the stream at this point. I'm 3 out of 3. Just got to win, what, 7 more games and we win the tournament? It's 10 rounds. Alexei Sarana. Okay, yeah, that's a great young player. Grandmaster Misha Nick. Alexei Sarana. I remember him playing at that match of the Millennials that they had in St. Louis. Yeah, he's excellent. So many of these strong young GMs. ATC Faust says, if we point out mate in 1 in the chat, or if we point out mate in the chat, is that considered cheating? I don't know. I don't know what chess.com's policy is on that. Fortunately, I wasn't reading the chat, so I was very much focused on the game. I guess here, after bishop e2, you should play knight g6. And then maybe my bishop on e2 looks kind of silly because I can't even play f4. He just takes it. I was mostly trying to make sure that his pieces stayed awkward, he stayed uncoordinated, but also, of course, that I don't get checkmated. I think my bishop on f1 did a great job, but, you know, like right here, for instance, king h1, that's a prophylactic move. I just was trying to rule out queen g5. I saw I could take here, but I didn't want to calculate this, and then either knight f4 or queen h5, just leaving his knight on b7, but, you know, say he plays queen here, he's threatening to take with check. Knight f4, I guess, backfires because of rook g1. I cover mate, and I'm also threatening g7 after his queen moves. So I'm sure it's good for white, but king h1 was just a preemptory strike against queen g5 in particular. His last name is Sarana, S-A-R-A-N-A. Someone clip that? Thanks, Jesse Buss. That'll make for a nice clip. Let's go back. Ooh, the games are displaying now. So anyone like Hikaru playing? He's probably done already. Let's watch Melkumian's game. Brant Melkumian. Strong Armenian player. Looks like he's in a winning endgame here. White has 3 pawns, but not much to do. Black's just going to bully his king in. And this bishop can easily stop the b pawn back to d6 when necessary. And white will be in Zugzwang. Allow the black king into e4. Okay, so this game's over. How about Big Fish? Big Fish just drew with Smooth as a hedgehog. Fandarine. That game is over. Multiple queens on the board there. Tampa chess. White's up a rook here. This should be over soon. Am I playing the Rochester Open? Probably not. I haven't heard anything about it. You mean Rochester, Minnesota, right? Not New York? Probably not. Raj, I've been playing chess since I was 8 years old. I'm 31 now. So yeah, over 20 years. Oh, is Amon 3 out of 3 as well? Let's check the standings. Looks to me they haven't been updated yet. Okay, that one's over. Oh, and here's one of these Title Tuesday endgames I was talking about. We've got king and rook and bishop against king and rook. A famous endgame in chess. This is a theoretical draw. However, it can be very difficult for the side with the rook, the king and the rook, to defend. Because there are many pitfalls. There are some weird patterns in this endgame that you have to know quite well in order to play it well. I have to say, I don't know this endgame like the back of my hand. I know the basic defensive positions. This so-called Cochrane defense, for instance, where you're keeping your rook behind the bishop. There's some stalemate tricks as well that are useful to know for the defending side. But it's quite difficult. I would say I would probably lose this in practice against someone who really knew what they were doing on the strong side. And many players have lost this endgame. Compared to, like, defending this successfully compared to executing king, knight, and bishop versus king for a win is, that king, knight, and bishop is much easier. Much easier. That gives you an indication of how tough this endgame is. Will you ever come to a tournament in Philly? I played in Philly many times before. Not in recent years, but they have some strong tournaments. The Philadelphia Open, the World Open, most notably. So yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. Definitely possible I'll be back there at some point. Okay, here, white managed to escape the back rank. Their king is out, so I bet they're getting close to the 50 move rule. Or will be getting close soon, because it looks like this endgame's been going, yeah, for a while. Oh, that's only move 107, though. So you got to look at where the last capture was. Okay, and they just agreed to a draw, traded down. All right, so are we going to see updated standings here? Well, here we go, guys. You know who we got. Mr. Hikaru Nakamura himself. The legendary online player. Whew. Let's do our best here. Always fun to play Hikaru. Okay. I tend to like this system. Let's keep our bishop for now. I'm going to take at this point. Give it a check. Just going to try to prepare e5 eventually. Could try to play it right away, but that would not be good. So yeah, prepping it. Thing you don't want to do against Hikaru is get too far down on time. That's a death sentence if you do that. Okay, let's block that bishop. Gonna look for this. Plays this first. Interesting. All right, I think I gotta take that. I know I'm gonna lose my d-pawn sometime soon here, but I still want to take it. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna get positioned without much counterplay. Yeah, bring the fire emojis, guys. I'm glad to see that in the chat. Appreciate the support. Okay, a7 needs defending. So I don't have time to do something like bishop c3, for instance. Let's go a6. I think that defends some important squares. Doesn't want the trade of the dark square bishops, understandably. Okay, let's bring this over. Thinking he might go d4 and then c5. Oh, it's fun playing these top guys. I love this. This is what it's about. If I take, I end up losing b7. So let's play this. Got to watch out for knight takes f7 ideas, but he doesn't have a rook on the e-file. I've got some vulnerable spots, but for the most part, I'm staying solid here. Bishop a5 was interesting. Yeah, see, now he might be trying to line up some stuff like this. Okay, I'm going to overprotect e6. I think he's seeing that bishop a5 is a good idea. This is a tough position to do much. I'm going to go back, though. He's obviously not going to repeat, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I want to have more options against bishop a5. This knight is so annoying. I think I need to take it, but I don't really want to. All right, I'm going to do it, though. I don't see it. Another option. It's just such a strong piece. I got to get rid of it. Knight d5, bishop a5. Okay, got to go back. He's going for the strangle. Bishop a5 again. Ugh. Try for this. Not getting much counterplay here, though, guys. Okay, bombs away. Oh, you can just take there. Yeah, this is over. I'll give away another pawn just to open things up, but not much hope. Yeah, this is obviously very, very bad. Kind of playing on to the vain hope of a mouse slip. Which would surely make for some epic post-game chat if that actually happened. Ah, that's a problem. Okay. Good game, Hikaru. So tough to stop that momentum he gets when he gets going. And I think that started when he played b4. In hindsight, I would not take, but as I said in the game, if I don't take, I feel like he's just going to get a ton of play against my position. He's going to strangle me with like b5, a4, a5. But still, I probably should play b6 and just batten down the hatches here. I know, feels bad, man. Totally suffocated me. I think the position was reasonable up until I took on b4. Probably I'm just asking for a lot of punishment after this happens. I mean, he handled this open position, semi-open position quite well. My trouble here is I tried to play around the knight on e5 for a while, but really I just have to take it at some point. But I didn't see like a great opportunity to do that. So as soon as he jumps the knight in, if I take here, he takes. Bishop d6, take, and b7 falls at the end. Bishop takes b7 or something. So it's like a tough situation dealing with that piece. And even though I have a majority of pawns over here, I can't really use them. I clearly can't push a5. He just takes it with his bishop. If I play b5, I don't think that ever really works. Because a6 falls at the minimum. So, just got beat down that game. I thought about trying to sack the knight somewhere, but again, not really a good option. Like, the knight sacrifice mostly comes into consideration right here after we play c5, but it's definitely insufficient compensation. And I could have resigned at the end, but we'll make him prove it. Akiti says maybe some combo of knight c5 and then b6 to hold a6. Knight c5 where, though? How do I ever do that? I mean, like right around here, let's say? Problem with that plan is I never have a chance to fully execute it, I think. Because if knight c5, it's just not a stable piece there. There's always d4. Although right here, if knight c5, d4, I guess maybe I can do this. Although even after bishop a5, might still be unpleasant. Once that position gets semi-open, I think the knights are clearly inferior to the bishops. Okay, let's take a look at another game going on. So Hikaru moves to 4 out of 4. See a couple other players at 4 out of 4. Yeah, it still says no games in progress. Annoying. Should we look at Aman's game, if he's still playing? I don't want to challenge him, I just want to watch him. Yeah, there we go. Aman is playing Malkumian, and ooh, looks like Aman is winning. That is a winning endgame. His king is way too active. He's got the D pawn also in play. Yeah, white is busted here. These pawns are worthless, these F pawns. So Aman is going to move to 4 out of 4. He might play Hikaru next. That'll be entertaining. Kind of wish I could watch that rather than play my game. Oh, Aman is way down on time, but it shouldn't matter here. Okay, still got to be careful not to simplify this too much, but I think it's still winning. But Malkumian did a good job of trying to trade off some of Black's resources there. Should definitely still be winning, though, because he can, I think, collect both of these pawns. Let's see the technique. See the technique, Aman. Yep, e2, keep that defended. Just don't blunder at fork. So yeah, bring the bishop away. I think that's smart. Malkumian is forever tied down to the e1 square, one of his pieces. I think he's just going to resign here. Oh, maybe not. Nearly. Aman even has the right color bishop. So if he got down to just an h-pawn left, he has the correct bishop for that. Okay, bishop f7. Okay, this works too. Yep. So Aman moves to 4 out of 4, barring a disaster here. Thanks, Henry Yu. Appreciate you tuning in. Catch you on another stream soon. We're up to 324 viewers. Thanks to all of you. So I'm sitting on 3 out of 4. Just watching how Aman's going to convert this. Oh, that was kind of a blunder, but I don't think it matters even here. Did not have to give up that e-pawn. Yeah, because now he just ushers this in. And that's easy. Queen, you can always protect the f-pawn with your bishop. All right, nicely played. Well done, Aman. So how many players are on 4 out of 4? He will join this group, so at least 4. Let's check out another game. Is Nepomniachtchi still playing? He just won. He might be on 4 out of 4. Karanka. Karanka is a very strong Russian IM. Another Title Tuesday regular. He's trying to defend this pawn down endgame. Should be a draw. But he's very low on time. And white is trying to milk this position. Yeah, 2 versus 1. Rook endgame, all pawns on the same side of the board. Almost always is a draw. Okay, now here he can... Yep. Ooh. Nope, but that is a win. King g5. Wow. White found a very clever way to transpose into a winning pawn endgame. Nicely played. I didn't see that trick at first. Because I too thought after rook d5, okay, black's going to give a check and then put the rook on f4. And we're shaking hands here, but this is why it pays to know your basic endgames. So you can spot these ideas very quick in a game. Takes. You don't want to take with the pawn here. Even though pawn takes makes your pawn one step closer to promotion, black has the opposition. I've made some videos on this. It's a well-discussed concept in endgame theory. So instead he takes with the king, and now white has the opposition here, here. And black soon resigned, but it could play out something like this. Then you want to go this way. And the pawn is going to come in and promote. So nice technique there by white. In the final game, another good endgame to know. This is a draw. Even though black is up 2 pawns, this rook is preventing black from queening their pawn. If ever the rook moves away, white will just take it. So white's going to keep their rook on the A file. And white does not have to do anything with their king. He never wants to take that pawn because rook A1 check, followed by queening the pawn, will win. But white has a fortress, so as long as he keeps his rook on the A file, the king parked in front of the H pawn, and just gives a check as soon as the black king is defending the A pawn, it's a draw. There's nothing black can do. I think black will try to come up here with the king again, but nope, drawn. 124 moves that game. So if you want to improve your endgame a little bit, watch Title Tuesday in the final games of each round. All right, so GK Chess Tiger. Is this Gatakomsky? I think it is. That definitely looks like his picture. Just played him. Just played him in Iceland. All right, let's play this. Let's see if he plays this famous London system. He does. Gata, very well known for this opening. One of the pioneers of the London. Yeah, he was playing it long before it became popular. A few years before it became popular, maybe 5 years or so. Okay, this is a solid line for black. Usually white tries to go grab the bishop pair. And then you offer a trade of the dark square bishops. I think we can just safely castle here. Don't believe he has any tricks. Probably want to get the queen off the back rank, so let's do that. Let's play h6. I'm not sure if h6 or g6 is the best move. Not 100% certain about that. Okay, let's try to set this up. I'll try for typical counterplay, looking to get in b5 at some stage. So this is a good chance for me to try to get revenge from Iceland. Against the mighty Gatakomsky. All right, so definitely looking at b5 here. Let's do it. I think he'll play b4. So I don't think he wants to allow me to play b4. Thanks, Tacticus. Glad you liked that win. Wish I could have put up a better fight against Hikaru, but got quickly out of hand as soon as he got the initiative. Good position here against Komsky. I like this. But I got to be careful not to allow him a major attack. Kind of want to just play b4 right now. I think I will. He goes f4. Huh. All right, let's take that guy first. Take and the knight e4 maybe? I can also play knight e7. Knight e7 might just be a good move. Take knight e4 is even more tempting, though. This is kind of a key moment, I think. I'm a little worried about knight e7, rook c3. Or rook f3, I mean. But then I have rook c3, right? Take, knight e4. I'm going to go for that one. I don't know. So I'm trying to trade my d pawn for his c pawn and reduce some of his attacking potential. I'm also threatening knight g3 here. That's very important. Otherwise, he might have a chance to save the c3 pawn. I saw I was getting a little down on time, so I wanted to simplify. Thing is, he doesn't have to allow queen takes c3. He could... Well, he's going to do it. Okay. Gotta watch my time a bit now. Let's see how he plays this. It's 4 versus 4 pawns, but I gotta watch out for tactical tricks for sure. Let's firmly defend that. Don't think that works. Kind of in retreat mode here, but I'm still staying solid. D5. All right, I'm going to take it. I think I'm losing. This queen is coming into d7. I'll play this, but queen d7 is winning. Yeah. Got forced on the defensive. Didn't like that. d5 was a very nice shot. So then I had to make an awkward decision. Do I let this pawn get to d6 or even give him the option of taking on e6 or do something else? So I took it, but after e6, looking close to busted. So my queen is so far out of play. Maybe I need some move like queen e4 in this position. But even still, well, after take, I can actually take here. No, I can't. He just takes my queen and then takes on f7. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough position in time pressure. So somewhere I had to... This probably is okay. But I wish I had more time to figure it out. Yeah, he's very tricky with those pieces around my king. Not sure what to do after d5. I was looking at rook b1, defending the pawn, but it just feels too loose. I think I'm probably in big trouble at this point. Uday says, wow, you could just attack with rooks and queens. Yes, you can. Okay, let's go to Amon's game. Amon lost to Andreasen. Yeah, he just finished. Is Hikaru playing? I don't see him. How about Akshat, my teammate on the Minnesota Blizzard? Thanks, Longreef. Thanks for tuning in. Hope I gave you some excitement before bedtime. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate the well wishes for the rest of the tournament. We're halfway through the event. I'm on 3-2. I've lost to Hikaru and now Gatakomsky. But otherwise playing well. Beat 2 other Grandmasters. Hikaru lost, really? Who did he lose to? Maybe I can figure it out. Well, I've seen NM with 4 out of 4. Did he play Nepomniachtchi? Or did he play that NM? This position is a draw. Akshat will try to win with the king and the rook. But this is a well-known theoretical draw. Pretty easy to hold. Only time you have to worry in this endgame, if you're the side with the king and the knight, is if your king is on the side of the board. If it's on the edge of the board, sometimes it can be losing. But you can't force that with black, and even if you do, provided you go into that carefully, it's not a win. He lost to the NM. Ooh. Well, whoever this NM Temek Smog is, they're having a good tournament. Amazing tournament. 5 out of 5. I mean, the elephant in the room when that happens is always, is this person cheating? But I trust chess.com. They have very good cheat detection. And for their Titled Tuesday events, they have people working overtime to catch people in the act. So, you know, we shouldn't automatically assume someone is cheating just because they're performing above their rating, but rest assured that it'll be dealt with. The only problem is, of course, like, what do you do if you find out someone's cheating after the fact? Because in an event like this, you can't go back and, like, you know, reward or repair games. I guess they can award points in situations where people were cheated against, but let's just hope that player's legit. And let's hope Hikaru sticks in it, even though he has 4 out of 5. Like, sometimes he bails when that happens. Okay, this game is pretty boring. It's just going to be a draw. Let's see if we can look at another game. GM Verdenote is going to win. Gawain Jones. Not a difficult win here. White's still playing. How about Tigran Petrosian? He is losing, and he just lost to this player. I am Amin Tabatabai. All right, so Akshat's game is the only one left in round 5. Micro, in my experience, chess.com has almost always caught cheaters in high-profile events, or they always catch them. I think because of the sheer volume of players that are on chess.com, of course you're going to see people who cheat. Like, that happens on every site. But I think their methods are quite good. GM Santo Blue. Okay. From Turkey. I don't know who this Grandmaster is. I'll open with d4 as usual. Okay. See what we get here. I've had this line a few times recently in OTB play. Gain some space on the king side. Usually a good thing in these positions. Can I play e5? That's always the question here. e5, take. Mm. Hmm. Okay, let's try it. Because I'm poised for a pawn break, and even though he has the bishop pair, opening up the position is typically good here. Now, if takes, he takes f3. I take back. He has knight takes, bishop takes a8, queen takes a8, and he's on f3. So I was thinking take with the knight here. Let's do that. So I was thinking I get this at the end. Ah, he has that move. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So take. Probably want to try to get to d7 with the rook. But maybe not quite yet. Knight e4. I wonder if I can penetrate with my king. Okay. So let's do this. I want to drop knight e4, or knight f6 rather, at some point. Probably first bring up the king now. I'm thinking do this and like walk all the way in, basically. Let's lock this down. Okay, now I got to calculate. Knight f6, take, rook d8, trade, king f4, king d7, king there. Ah, maybe I... I think it's good. TDRL01 just subscribed. Thanks, TDRL. Because I see another plan I can do too. After king f4, I can play f3 and g4. That should be good. Yeah, he's going to stay passive. And Renzo04 for life just subscribed. Thanks, guys. Now, I think he has to try for c6 and b5. It's about his only chance. Okay, I'm going to break here. Huh. This is quite tricky. c6 and b5 was actually coming a little faster than I would have liked. Maybe I should have brought my king in somehow, but I wasn't sure which side to go to. Ooh, avoid that. I don't know about this. Try for g5, I guess. Keep him locked in. Oh, did he blunder? He might have just blundered big time there. I think he did. Now he's going to regret that. Because I'm going to get into e7 and win f7. At least I hope he regrets it. He's going to get behind his rook, maybe? Okay, let's do this first, just to be safe. I think he messed this up big time. I gotta be careful of tricks, though. Like rook c7. Yeah, now I should just be winning. Like this. f7, queen. Wow. All right, we turned that endgame around. My technique in the middle game left something to be desired, though. I think this is quite a dangerous endgame for him. Once I get my knight to e4, because I own the d file, and the possibility of plunking that knight on f6, as I did in the game, and thereby rendering his king almost useless, puts him on the brink of defeat. Because I was thinking, all right, the most logical thing for him to do is contest the d file after the trade on f6. So do this, but it seemed to me that this should be losing for him. At first, my idea was to bring the king in like that and go attack f7, but he might be able to just bring his king over and then try to play with his pawns. Even there, he might run out of moves. But then it also dawned on me that I can also play for f3 and g4 here and try to create either a passed h-pawn or a weakness on h5. Probably this is critical, but it feels winning. Let's say f3, king d6, g4. Maybe. I don't know. Let's say here. Yeah, king here. Take. Here. Feels like he's very close to losing. Maybe just g5. I don't know, though. So those were lines I was looking at in the game. Rook c8 followed by rook b8 looking for c6 and b5 should be bad, but I don't think I took advantage of it well in the game. I mean, maybe I should bring my king in, but I didn't see what I was threatening after that, as long as he controls d7. So I went for f3 and g4, but I'm sure my play could be improved around here. But you can see that my space advantage mattered a lot. I think he messed up big time by playing rook f5. That just helps me. I don't know what he missed there, but after king d6, I'm threatening rook c8 checkmate, and what can he really do? He has to move his king. Here again, threatening checkmate. My king is perfectly placed, and I'm ready to come into e7 at any moment. Which actually, why didn't I just play it right away? Of course, king e7. Much better right there. And a little bit later, did he miss something? So if I go back, I couldn't quite calculate it here, but so I was running out of time. But rook a5, get behind the pawn, take, a3, and what's going on? Rook f8 check, king b7. Is he just faster? I mean, I could play this here and this, maybe. He queens. And I think I actually win here. He has to stop the pawn, king e7. His king is too far away if I make a queen, and if he keeps checking, I just go do this. And again, I'm going to queen next move because of the shelter. So maybe it's still winning at that point, but I think king e7, direct king e7 instead of bringing the rook back to the e-file was better. Thanks, Tom Drog. NM Chess, hello. Which Nick are you? I know a few different Nicks. Let's take a look at the games here. Still trying to see the standings. Every time I walk by a Starbucks, I remember John. Ah, that's such an endearing comment. Oh, Nick Mata. Cool. Awesome. Great guy. Glad to have you in the chat, Nick. So Nepomniachtchi is 6 out of 6. Andreasen is 6 out of 6. The NM lost. Okay, so he lost a game. Did Hikaru stay in it, or did he bail? These standings are wrong, though. Okay, now they're getting updated. Hikaru stayed in. He's 5 out of 6, so he's going to be right up there. Coming up on round 7 here. Do I follow soccer? No, not really. Yeah, Robert Hess is doing very well. 5.5 out of 6. I believe he's going to be one of the commentators in the Pro Chess League finals, so he's going to be out in San Francisco. I am not going. I thought about it. I would definitely go if the Blizzard were in it, but I've been traveling so much lately, I can't really do it. Hey, tall fan. Is that you, Robert? Mr. Bob? Just trying to see if there's any other games we can view, but they're taking a while to load. Oh, cool. All right, here we go. Playing Zapata Charles. This is round number 7, I believe. Yeah, round 7. 190 players still in. Let's continue with the G6 trend. I just enjoy playing these positions. Okay. Well, as long as you let me do this, I'm okay with that. He takes it. Interesting. All right. Wonder if he's going to play e4 and try for a quick e5. No, he puts the pawn on c4 instead. Brings the knight out. Okay, let's go rook b8. So you can't play bishop here because I take his b2 pawn. I want to get my center pawns rolling, like play d6 next if given the chance. Oh, thanks, Micro. Glad you have faith in me. It'd be fun to do some of that commentating. Let's play queen b6. Yeah. Still, bishop f4 I can take on b2. This queen's under attack. So I'm just trying to figure out how to defend c6 so I can play d6. He'll probably win a tempo by attacking my queen somewhere coming up here, but should be worth it. Like knight a4, for instance, is something he could play. Okay, I'll stick the bishop on e6. Not quite sure where to put that bishop. We'll stay active. Now knight g4 could be annoying in a lot of cases. Also d5, simply breaking in the center. Square DC just subscribed. Square Deck. Thank you for subscribing. of time here, but okay, let's do this. Still just not as familiar with these types of positions as I would like. I think that's contributing to my time usage. You're going to let me win a pawn, huh? All right. I'm a greedy dude, so I'm going to go for that. I'll take you up on that offer. Let's put the pawn on f6. Seems safer. Now I want to crank up the pressure on this if possible. Must be done carefully, though. Now I'm threatening this. Ooh. Did he blunder it? I think he did. Okay. Oh, did I blunder? Did not see that reply at all. Ugh. Queen a5, that's nasty. I guess I can still take here. Now he just takes on a4 with the queen, of course. Yeah. Okay. I'll have some chances. I have a lot of pawns. Oh, never mind. Oh, man. That fell apart so fast. His queen just destroyed my position right there. Completely missed queen a5. Did not even see that move. I thought I was being clever by using this pin. But yeah, queen a5, and I think I'm in big trouble because I can't take. He wins my queen. He is threatening to take the knight. I mean, I could try to get 2 rooks for the queen, but then my knight is trapped, virtually. Maybe it's actually a little tougher to win that knight than I thought. I looked at this and assumed the knight was lost, but actually I can go here and fork him. Okay, so maybe this provides some hope, but it feels very close to losing. I mean, queen a2 or take on f6 or d6 first. So, big blunder right there. He's got some compensation if I don't have knight a4 in this position. It should definitely be defensible for black, but... You are good, John, but I think you just played fast out of excitement. Well, I didn't play too fast in this game. I was playing a little slower than I would have liked, but... yeah, some blunders at the end. I think I gotta play queen takes b2 here. Probably anything else, I'm just down a piece without much compensation. And then here, looks like I have to take and grovel in this endgame, but this should be a losing endgame against the 2 bishops. a7 also loose. Okay, so bummer to lose that one. Let's check out Robert's game against Melkumian. Whoa, both players way low on time in a tense middle game, where Melkumian is up a pawn, but wow, that's a risky-looking move to play e6 with the bishop on f3. Wow, I'm a little surprised Robert did that. That's a lot to calculate, though, in a short period of time. Okay, well, black's king looks a lot weaker than white's. White's is nicely tucked away here. And Robert has a passed d pawn. I like white. Robert's got great chances here. f6, weakening move. You're going to try to land some sort of rook e7 shot, like bishop c6, rook e7 might be working. Hurry. You have 2.9 seconds. Gotta move. Rook d6. Yep. There you go. Ooh, that was a nice find by him. Is it winning, though? Take f3. Goes to h6. Back to g8. Really? Yeah, that's definitely winning now. Queen f8 threat. Ooh, and he won on time. Wow. So those guys were burning a lot of time in the middle game, or opening, apparently. And Bobby Hess moves to 6.5 out of 7, right? I think so. Let's watch Nepomniachtchi's game. Might be done already. Yeah, I think some of these top games are pretty much done. I'm looking for some juicy game right here, but I don't see one. Okay. Let's watch Operin. Yeah, I'm on 4 out of 7. Definitely didn't play that last game well. All right, so Operin looks like he's on the verge of winning here. But, okay, White's trying to bail out into a pawn endgame. He's got to take the knight now. Yeah, and White just resigned, because I guess White's going to be too slow, huh? He needs to try to create a pass pawn. But he's just too slow. Something like this. Black gets back in time, and Black's pawns are going to win. A little surprised that White resigned there. Or maybe he lost on time, but... Okay, other games. Let's close some stuff out here. Silky McNuggets donated $20. Good to see you, John. Requesting Jobava attack at some point. The Jobava attack. That is knight c3 followed by bishop b4, right? Or bishop f4, rather. Getting my coordinates wrong today. Knight c3, bishop f4, queen d2, I think. Yeah, that's a fun line. Thanks, Silky McNuggets. John, are you named after your dad? No. My dad's name is Barney. Okay, this should be a draw. If anything, though, better for Black. Slightly better for Black because of the B pawn. Mr. EQ just subscribed. Awesome. Glad to have you on board. Yeah, Black's better because of the B pawn and also the potential of attacking these pawns. But if White just goes after this pawn at some point, it should be a draw. Yeah, now definitely a draw. Here White draws even without the f-pawn. So, king c4, rook check. J. Millard, LS, just subscribed. Thank you for subbing. So as I was saying before, I don't have emotes and stuff yet, but those are on the way. JC Sill 86 subscribed. Thank you guys for the support. So we're heading into round 8 here. Definitely pulling for Robert Hess at this point as we take a look at the standings. So Nepomniachtchi, Hess, Andreasen, all on 6.5 out of 7, so no perfect score in the field. Hikaru is lurking on 6 out of 7 with a number of other players too. That's getting tight there at the top. We're going to see some exciting matchups. 3 rounds remaining. Did you hear about Vincent Kamer's excellent result? Amazing result. Yes, I did. Yeah, and I don't know exactly if I'm saying his name correctly, Keimer, but he's a 13-year-old IM, rated just a little over 2,400 FIDE, and he just won the Grenka Classic Open with something like 50 Grandmasters in the field, and he took first with 8 out of 9, beating Richard Rapport with Black in the final round to cap it off. Made a GM norm by 1.5 points. Unreal. So yeah, that guy's an inspiration, that young man. Thanks, Silky McNuggets, for subscribing. That's pretty much every IM's dream, right? I mean, it's almost everyone's dream to take, every chess player's dream to take part in a big open like that and just win first place outright, beating some amazing player in the final round with the black pieces, no less. And he did just that. It's unreal. He's coached by Peter Leko. And because he won the Grenka Open, he is qualified to play in the Grenka Close next year that Magnus and Caruana and all those players are in right now. So that'll be very exciting. I hope he does play in that. Okay, I'm playing the Tori attack again. I've been playing this line a lot recently. B6, huh? Okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. You could also like try to take on F6 in those situations, but I'm just going to play the normal setup. This is played so that the bishop has somewhere to go in the end. Can send it all the way back there. Rook B8. All right. So we'll see if we can bother him with this. I'm going to take. Also, knight c4 was interesting there. We'll play it like this instead. And he's saying, go ahead, take on e5. I don't care. Let's do this first. So I'm offering to give up my light square bishop, but I think I'll have quite good activity if he takes it. This is complex already. I'm going to take this. I want to go here and try to get the knight into d5, but I see a couple issues with that. Okay, do this instead. This might not allow his knight to come to e6 and into some squares like this, though. So we're both maneuvering with our knights. All right, just going to do it. I got to allow his knight to get into one of those squares. There was no choice. Okay, now I can try to boot his knight out of here, and I want to get my bishop on b3 as well. That would be helpful. But I lose a pawn if I do it right away. Okay. So we traded a pair of rooks there. Okay, I'm going to swap again. Knight g4 here. Let's go g3, though. I need to kick that knight away at some point, so it might as well be now. I'm going to go back. I'm not going to take it. Getting more. Thank you for subscribing. You can just take that. Very bad. I need to take and play knight d5. Mm. Yeah, that was just a pawn for no reason. Now, this is a really difficult position because not only am I down a pawn, but I've got tons of weaknesses. You can just play queen h3. Yeah, that was bad. Another game where I went down without really a fight because I messed up. Not good when you have to play moves like that. There wasn't really a good way to defend there. Yeah, this is over. Okay, resign that one. Not sure why I didn't just take here. I guess I was trying to avoid some simplifications, but yeah, I think in reality I just have to settle for this position. In which case, black is probably still slightly better because he's got that pawn on d4. Can retreat this bishop here. Can take with a queen too, but this will be kind of similar. And if he ever trades here, this is a drawn opposite color bishop endgame. Hey JB, are you playing d4 openings? Let me switch to a game. Okay, so some players reach 7 out of 8. Oh, we got to check out Robert's game. I feel like the games are not loading here. So there should be more. Mental Burton just subscribed. Thank you, Mental Burton. Okay, I'll get to that question in a second, but let's take a look here. Nepomniachtchi versus Robert. Robert maybe just winning. Yeah, he's up a piece. Just played bishop d4, cutting this bishop. And Nepomniachtchi has to rely completely on his h-pawn now. Yeah, wow. Robert wins another game, taking down Nepomniachtchi with black. I also saw Hikaru somewhere there. Let me see if I can quickly get to his game. I think it's gone. I think that game's over. Okay, we'll look at this GM versus GM game. So, hey JB, are you playing d4 openings from the very beginning of your career, or you only started employing it once you were becoming stronger? Because my online blitz and bullet rating is over 2,000. I'll be playing below 1,500 tournament next one, so I wonder if I should play d4 every time. That's a pretty personal question to you, Raj, whether you should play d4 or not. I would say at your level, definitely stick with what openings you're playing now. Yeah. My advice on openings is stick with what works for you. Don't try to change based on, as I was talking about earlier, like percentages or statistics so much. Because really that stuff only matters at master level or higher. I mean, you shouldn't play just outright bad openings, but you should just play openings that make sense to you and that you enjoy playing. And if that happens to be d4, then go for it. But if you don't have any d4 experience, like, no, definitely don't switch for your upcoming tournament. Yeah, Hess is in a great position here. So these players are on 5.5 and 5, respectively. I think black's pressing in this position. He's got 2 pawns for the exchange in this C pawn. I'd rather be black in this situation, especially with the time. Still, though, looks very tough to make anything out of this, unless the C pawn gets further down the board. King h4, he's going to roll the dice. Okay, black's coming in with the king. He's going all the way around here. This is 10 rounds. 2 more rounds left. Jeffrey wants to play Akshat, huh? Well, Akshat's having a good tournament too, right? He was right up there in the standings. This is pretty fascinating to see how Black's attempting to win this. Looks like he's succeeding. I mean, he just won another pawn. He's going to take on f2. There you go. You won all of White's pawns. Yeah, and this is dead winning now with the f-pawn. Or the g-pawn, rather. Nice. Well played, Mr. Kovalenko. And that king is coming up. Game over. Wow. That's GM technique right there. Okay, this game. Winning for White or no? Probably not. Especially not, because I mean, Black could make an immediate draw if they wanted to. Just queen take and then take White's last pawn. Okay, so that game's drawn. And final game is this one. Looks like it's going to be winning for White very shortly here. Ooh, nice trick, though. Oh! Did he trick him? Bishop d6. Wow, and White's got to give up both of the queens. If you're White, you should have seen that trick coming. That's the only chance Black has in the position. Look at that. Bishop d6. So bishop c5. White's like, I'll just queen. And then bishop d6, and you got a block. And now Black's going to win this endgame. I think. Should be winning. Put the king on d6. Still a little tricky, but I think Black can successfully hold this pawn and win White's remaining pawns. Yeah, White should have just inserted a check there, queen c7, and then won the game. Now he's got to scramble for a draw. Hey, Nick, just send me an email. We could talk about it. I will have some time coming up the next couple months. Is this winning? Black almost flagged there, by the way. He has 2.7 seconds. I'm not sure White should push this pawn. Ooh. Okay, king here. He's going to go when the pawn's in time. I think king f5 followed by f4 might have been good there. This is actually pretty tricky. King f6. Okay, now I think this is a draw. Because how do you break this fortress? Just shuffle the king. Always keep the pawn on e5 under attack. Yeah, and now king f6. And the thing is, if king takes, you queen, and then take e5. Draw. So Black probably should be very happy with the half point, but he might have had chances to even win that endgame. But not bad considering he was completely lost. Okay, round 8 coming up. Quick look at the standings. Robert is on 7.5 out of 8. He's in great position in the tournament, but he's going to have to play somebody good like Hikaru. So I'm playing Tokic 67. I'm going to go with g6 again. I've been enjoying these positions. Yeah, let's play e5. Yeah, Robert did just beat Nepomniachtchi. That's right. This is going to look a little weird, but I promise there's an idea here, guys. This is the idea. Trade the dark square bishops. I'm going to take now, and then play a5. Just to try to get this c5 square for the knight. That's the idea. Okay, I like my setup here. This is nice. Let's get the queen out and active. So I can do this, I can castle short, look for f5 eventually. Okay, so b4 I'm thinking here. Ooh, I might regret that though. Knight b5. Don't think I should have allowed knight b5. Didn't play it though. Okay, let's castle while I still can. I think he still might throw this knight b5 move in. He does. I have queen d2 at some point, but first I need to defend. Okay, would queen d2 be appropriate now? Just plays bishop d3. Now, but let's do it. Looks kind of annoying. Now maybe f5? Sure. Got to be careful not to self-trap the queen here. Okay, let's get the king out of the way. Again, this situation. I'm thinking I might bring the rook in down here soon. Or to c3. Like, actually, if he takes, rook c3 is just winning material, I believe. Queen f4. Queen c2. Let's go queen c2. Still complicated, but if I can win d5, I should be in pretty good shape here. Thing is, can I win d5, though? Go after d1. If I take f2, what is happening there? I'm going to play it safe. I can't calculate knight takes f2. Okay. Let's go here. I feel like this is probably a drawn endgame. Bring up the king first. B pawn's going to be tough, though. So if here he has bishop d3, that's super annoying. All right. Yeah, that bishop d3 resource, very annoying. Get behind the pawn. Okay, give a check. Can throw in a check on b6. I'm going to go to g7 if he does that. Okay. Surprised he did that. Put the knight here next. Or take h2 even. Very surprised he played it like this. Okay. It's like he's just trying to, I don't know, trick me or something here. Maybe king g5 was better, but it looks like I'm going to get a pawn up endgame now. Take. Okay, bring this up. Cut off the king. Huh. See where he steps with that king. I'm going to do this. He's going to try to stay attacking my g-pawn, though. Maybe not. Check. Huh. Okay, let's repeat. And advance. Is this a draw? I think it might be. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, now definitely a draw. Yeah, because he has that move. So, felt like maybe I should have won that endgame, but it was close. Let me go back and see. Well, okay. I wanted to see what happened in Hikaru and Hess. Oh, they drew. All right. Well, that's great for Robert. He goes into the final round with a nice situation in the standings. So I was probably on the verge of losing that endgame when he had the bishop, but he let me win the bishop for some reason. And then I had great chances. So let me pull that up. Yeah, this one. Okay. And Polar Cow cheered 10 bits. And Raj says, thanks for the advice, John. Also cheered 10 bits. All the best for your current Norm Tour. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this happened. So he won my B pawn, and I feel like he should not be worse after he wins my B pawn. I was trying to win his F pawn, but had some logistical problems doing so. I was shocked the way he played it though, knight e3, and all of a sudden he can't stop rook b1. I thought he was going to do some sort of like rook f8 business, but in fact he just pushed this pawn, threatening to play rook f8 followed by queen and win. And we get into this endgame. Don't think I can do anything else here. I can't really move my knight. So we get into this endgame. It's probably a draw. But it felt like I was really close to winning. h4 take. If I can win his h-pawn, should just be a win. But I wasn't able to do that. Because he can oscillate between attacking this and this. Yeah, and then going back to defending the h-pawn. We're both running out of time here. And then we get in this situation where even though I have the dangerous e-pawn, his h-pawn is no less dangerous. So I can't ever expose my king. So if I play my king to one of these squares trying to clear the way for the e-pawn, he gives a check on either f8 or d8, and then queens the pawn. So yeah, this is simply a draw at this point. I think he was almost contemplating playing king h5. After which I would have played g4. And then, even though he can do this, I was thinking my pawns might be too strong for him. Queen. Yeah, and he's forced out of the g file, which is actually really bad. Say king g4, do this. I was thinking I might sneak in a win like this. I even hear this is... Is this a win? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. As if he gives up the rook. Pawn's promoting. King f3, I just queen. So maybe some missed chances there, I don't know. But position I had, I think a draw is fine. How's it going, Siege? So one game left before the final round. This is Divertisement versus Stewie Griffin. Both players on 4 points. And this is a win for white, this endgame, because it's a g-pawn. Black is threatening to promote, but white is going to force the black king in front of the pawn. This is a win if it's a knight pawn or a center pawn, and usually a draw if it's rook pawn or bishop pawn, because of stalemate motifs. But here you can see queen f3, and now to keep the pawn... Oh, actually, king e1, wow. But king e2 just wins. King d3, rather, threatening queen e2. That's a weird stalemate idea in the center of the board if white had taken the pawn. He didn't see king d3. He needs to find king d3. Or now king d2. Yeah, and if queen, boom. Black should get a knight here. Oh, I got a queen. He's going to get checkmated. That also features prominently in 100 Endgames You Must Know, which is on Chessable, by the way, if you want to pick it up. I've seen that same sort of thing. There's lots of positions, queen endings. Okay, so I'm on 4.5 out of 9, playing FM Florian Schwabenader. Let's just call him FM Florian. He's playing the Hikaru opening. I'm going to do this same thing. I want to end on a win, if possible. Okay, we'll go e6. So he's kind of weakened his king side already slightly. Yeah, white can play f3 instead of h3. That's right, Murfinski. That is more fun, I agree. I'm going to go h6, just so that in the future this bishop can drop back to h7. Like so. And the knight on h4 might be in a slightly unusual / bad position. I'm doing this maneuver to try to induce a3, so when I go queen e7, I'll be attacking that twice. Also, as black here, you always got to look for shots like knight g4 or knight takes e4, one of these two moves, and open up the attack here, but they don't work yet. Hikaru versus Akshat, huh? Booma Ye says, "Hey John, I'm disappointed in seeing you playing chess. I came here for fashion advice." I know, man. It's gonna be a lot of disappointed people. F4, aggressive. So knight e4, you can take with a pawn. I take with check. It's an interesting line. You could also just play queen e7 and wait for him to play g5. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get ready for castling. Knight e4 is kind of tempting, but I think I like this better. Because now if he ever castles queenside, I immediately take the pawn on a3. Okay, here it feels like e5 might be a good move. e5, you can play f5, but let's do it. Otherwise, he'll probably drop the knight into e5 next. Now, actually, if he goes f5, I can play e4, and I'm going to check on g3 soon. Then force his king to d1. That ought to be good. So maybe he'll just take here. He does. Okay, but now e3 could be a permanent weakness for him. I'm going to castle queenside. It's possible kingside was better, but we'll go this way. Try to win the a3 pawn next. Wants to take on f6, maybe? Okay. Yeah, I see your point. I see your point. So if I take e3, he takes f6, we trade everything. Bishop g6 maybe at the end. No, I don't like that as much. I'm just going to swap the bishops. Probably no reason to let him get this counterplayed on the f-file. Attack a bunch of stuff. He might not mind giving up one pawn on the queen side because he could claim that he has counterplay against my king, but this should be good. All right. Let's take, is he going to c5 maybe? He is. I really want to take d3 as well. I just want to do it. I think I can. All right. Greed once more. And now here, or sorry, here. Yeah. So now I'm on his queen. I'm also threatening e3. I won 2 pawns. Working on a 3rd pawn. Okay, if I take e3 with check, how does he win a piece at the end? Or does he even? I don't think he does. Give me that. King f2, I can take f1. Yeah, that's just extra material. 3 healthy pawns. Got to watch out for some tricks. Like if here I don't want to play this because he can take, and then bishop takes b7. But I think just bishop e4 is good. Some minor tricks. Whoa, that I was not expecting. Okay. Really? Don't think this works for him. Check. Check. Okay. I always have bishop e4, but kind of don't want to play that. Let's do this. I think I see a way. If he takes here, I take g2 then. Or, yeah. I think that's just winning. In the simplest manner. All right, got the job done. A little tricky tactically at the end, but there was too many pawns once my queen got into c3 and started plundering. Take c2, take d3, queen e2. Because after the queen trade, he's relying on my temporary lack of coordination here, but I don't think anything really works for him. Yeah, he's trying to pin my bishop to my rook, but feels like it should fall short. Gave a check, couple checks. Came back with the bishop, d4. I was trying to calculate what happens if he takes here, but then I saw I can actually just, this is probably the easiest take here and then check. And he'll have to go somewhere to defend his bishop, just push the pawn. All right, Akshat game. Yeah. He's playing Hikaru. Queen endgame. Also, Hess too. Let me get that game up. Take a quick look at both. Hess is under huge pressure. Going to look at Hess for a second because he has the highest score in the field right now. Yeah, he's on 8 out of 9, but he's under heavy pressure here. And then we'll turn on the Akshat game. He's trying desperately to defend this. He does have this A pawn, but Black's pawn plus active king looks way more dangerous right now. This is tense. G2 or G8? Okay. Bishop G5. Wow, finesse. That is probably winning. Yeah. Now simply king takes, for instance. King takes, rook takes G5, rook takes A7. Black's king way too close. Rook A4, or just that, yeah. So that's disappointment for Hess. He goes down. Okay, now this game is important for deciding the outcome. Akshat trying to win this against Hikaru up a pawn to move to 8.5. The game was drawn. Woo. Naka escapes with a repetition there. He can't win this position unless Akshat majorly blunders or loses on time. So how does that work out for the standings? So they both reach 8. However, Gatakomsky, GK Chess Tiger, who I lost to earlier in this tournament, and Konovets, GM Konovets from the US. I think is that Sam Sevion? That kind of looks like Sam Sevion. That very tiny picture. And Andreasen, they all reach 8.5 out of 10. They tie for first. Hikaru, Robert Hess, and Akshat are left on the outside looking in with 8 out of 10. Bit of a bummer for them, especially Robert, since he was playing an amazing event, but just ran up against it in the final game. Let's see if there's any other games that can affect the standings. These are over. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. These games just finishing up here. Yanev KZ just subscribed. Says, stream more. I will try. Definitely. I'll be doing a lot more of that the next couple months. And the last game in the tournament, which just finished. Okay, so final standings. Those 3 players I mentioned tied for first. I got 69th. 69th place. 5.5 out of 10. I started out strong with 3 out of 3, but then, started coming up short. What is this? Does everyone get participation medals? I'm just trying to check how a few other people did. Like, how did Amon finish, for instance? That looks like a chess.com error. But most important thing, Title Tuesday did not crash. Well done, chess.com. That's promising because there were quite a few players in this event, like 250. Yeah, the standings just, for some reason, stopped displaying properly after about 20th place. So it's hard to even check how certain people did. So I didn't finish so well, but I did manage a positive score at least. That's always my benchmark for Title Tuesday. Just try to get a positive score. And who did I lose to? I played some tough players. I played Hikaru, lost to him, round 4. Lost to Gatakomsky. And then a couple bad losses. I remember that one game I lost to the FM, 2 FMs, in fact, with simple blunders, really. The one game in the white side of the Tory where I allowed just bishop takes e4. I should have just tried to simplify the position. And then the other game where I allowed on knight a4, queen a5, after which I'm really struggling. So as ChessBase says, the next Title Tuesday is on April 17th. Okay, so that's coming up in 2 weeks. And the prize fund will be $5,000. 5,000 big simoleons, USD. Yeah, pumped up prizes. Maybe we'll even get Magnus to play. Well, not me, but chess.com. Or Magnus himself will just decide. Amon got 6 out of 10. Okay. So it looks like the streamers... Oh, Robert actually might have been streaming. I got to go check and see if he was, but he is on Twitch, so check out his channel. In which case, that's an excellent result, because streaming and playing Title Tuesday is pretty tough. So yeah, I think I'll be able to do the April 17th Title Tuesday. So let's plan on a stream then. Robert was not streaming. Okay. I'm not sure, Cash Your Dreams. Yeah, I might be playing that titled arena if I can work it schedule-wise. I had a good time in the last one, so yeah. All right, so thank you so much, guys, the 250 of you who are still watching and the others who are watching and then had to leave. I will put this on YouTube. It'll probably be up in a day or so. This was good fun, though. Very exciting start. And got to play Hikaru. Pretty much got smacked, but still got to play him. So I'm going to log off now, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Let's hope it stops snowing here in Minnesota. And I'll be back again soon with another stream. I'll post on Twitter, let you guys know. So thanks for all the subscriptions and donations. I'm sure I missed a donation or subscription somewhere. Just pretty tough to follow when you're in a tense blitz game against a good player. But much love to everyone. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys again soon. All right. Bye.